Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Two Dudes podcast. Along with Kevin, I'm Rick, and we got another good show for you today. Kevin, how you doing?
Doing good. I got my beard looking right now. Motherfucker looking right. You going in back in nicely.
It's all right. You got a
I
ways to
ain't
go.
got busy job level like your punk ass, but
You got a ways to go, you know, but it's all good. It's bearded crew in effect. So,
respect.
bro, I want to start off with this because, it's pretty much common knowledge that, we are on that quest in the next year or two for the Ford Bronco. And
Yeah.
I just want you to describe to me what you saw over the weekend.
Okay. So this weekend, working the part-time job, I do transportation for the senior spot. Took a lady to church, and I saw an all-white one, a cocaine white looking Bronco. That motherfucker was so white, I felt like I had did some cocaine. Had me doing like this on my teeth, like I had just did little dips to make sure it was pure. That some bitch was a white I have never seen. So I had to call it the cocaine hyena. I was just like, oh my god, it clearly came from Miami. I was waiting on
See,
Rick Ross and Luke to get out.
that's what I was laughing at because I've actually got the Ford Bronco brochure and the color combinations and everything in there. Not once did it say anything about cocaine white, so that hit me out of left field.
Yeah.
And by the way, just for shits and giggles, I am not allowed to get a white one. Heather said that's too much like OJ.
Oh shit. Tell her that made my day. Tell her that made my motherfucking day. Oh shit. Oh, I guess you are married to a blind, blue-eyed white woman, so that
Actually, her eyes are gray, but it's all good.
hey, close enough. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Man, gold star for her on that one. Gold fucking star for that one. Oh shit.
All right, so in the news, uh, you sent me an article from CNBC.com. More than half of older millennials with student debt say their loans aren't worth it. 52% to be exact. And a lot of the quotes from the article said constant uphill battle, no comfort or security, or just an ever present unease about the future. And that brings a couple things to mind out of that. Um, Graduating with hellacious student debt is not very good anymore. And especially when it comes to jobs that don't even correspond. Because I'm not going to lie, I know people that got out of law school that were working at McDonald's, just to get by. And this article really brought it to the forefront, to the forefront. Um, it said for the appropriate degree, and even more so, not making enough to ease the blow. So whatever jobs they are getting isn't even making ends meet. And the three questions that I got out of it: one, overall, do you think it's worth it? Um, because it creates debt, and not only does it create debt, but it creates frustration and finding your way in a named profession at all. Do you think that there's even a semblance of that anymore? Because I know a lot of people that are successful in a profession, but instead of racking up huge amounts of debt going to a 2 or even a 4-year university, they went to a trade school. What are your thoughts on it?
See, here's the thing. I am, almost but not near a millennial, but I too have a degree,
Nah,
political
your
science.
ass is too old to be a millennial.
Kiss my ass. I have a degree, political science from Avila, and I am about 95 in debt. Well, it's probably less than that because I've been paying on it. I got my degree, Avila, had to fight with them. That's another thing. Some of these schools, regulations, requirements, you transfer in, everything's all good. Then when you actually do it, there issues could come up. You then took on this more debt. I was probably about 95, 93, 95. I've been paying on it, so it should be less than that. But at one point, I was almost 100,000 in debt. But at the same time, I went to three different schools. no matter state fees are a bitch. I can see people doing better due to the trade school because the trade school is more respected now. The trade school has replaced, in my opinion, the junior college. The junior college now is just a stop on the way to get your grades right if you're trying to go to a 4 year. I tell my daughters right now, you ain't got to go to college, but at least go to consider a trade school so you can get a trade to where you always be working. Just think about it. If either one of us could drive a forklift, you'll never not have a job. Or if you can do a little bit of IT, you can never not have a job. It's just the thing is now, and I think the biggest problem is, as far as in our community, rural communities or whatever, we're not educated enough on college and what all you can and can't do. So when our kids go, they're blind. Like for me, I tell you out the gate, I went to Grambling because of Nelson. Nelson went, the homies went, or whatever. That's why I went. Then I decided, oh, this ain't for me. This is costing too much. I want to go somewhere else. I went to Mo West just because of my cousin. I didn't finally be like, let me figure this out and get educated. So I came back home, went to Penn Valley, got my associates. Then I was like, okay, where's the next best step for me? And then I chose Avila because UMKC was like, we'll let you come in, but you got to come in as a on advisory purpose. I'm like, I ain't about to do all that. I done got associates. You tell me I got to check in? No, I'm good. I'll pass. But it's just we have to educate ourselves more to educate our kids to where they can make better sound decisions. And I think because of that, college is going to take a hit. Why do you think these colleges were so quick to be like, stay home and we'll do it virtually? Because a lot of these campuses are costing too much. They're doing all this building for the boosters, but they realize if you ain't got no product, you got overhead that you don't need. Like MU built that, redid the campus, the football stadium. Imagine how much they heard after this past football season when they for real had no games.
Yep.
So it's one of the things where I personally, it's a mission of mine to make sure my daughters understand and they're well versed because I don't want them to have the same ignorance that I had because my parents didn't know any better. They ain't no help. Look at your family on your mom and your dad's side. You probably gonna count on one hand how many got a degree, and probably on one hand how many actually went to college. And that's what's sad. And that's why trade schools is winning because a lot of us, well, my mom didn't go, my dad didn't go. Let me work this job. This job ain't working. Then you see a flyer somewhere. Oh, let me get this a try. Oh, it'll take 18 months? Cool. Because in all actuality, college could be a 2, 3 year situation. Your first year, take these little bullshit intro classes that you don't fucking need. Then you got a year or two of class in your major. Be done. College doesn't have to be anywhere from 4 to 6 years. I just had to get money out of them. If they cut down to the nitty gritty of what you're going to school for, you should be done in 2 to 3 years with no problem. But if they do that, then what happens to the junior college? So it's just a lot of systems need to be revamped, redone, retooled to make it better for today's world. But they're not going to do it because it'll tear down another entity. You're like, what do you do with that?
Well, I think that a lot of the junior colleges, they follow along with your subscription of, it should only take a year or two. That's why they have a lot of accelerated programs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the best thing to do now, if you can go to night school with these colleges, like accelerated programs, they working with you as you work to where, like right now, all honesty, if I had the money, because by me being a political science degree holder, there's no political science master program or nothing like that for me to get, which is kind of stupid. But I could find something to go, but I would still end up owing money to go or whatever. If I had the extra, I could go to law school right now and get my law degree in probably a year and a half, which is ridiculous. But since I'm a worker, they're going to work with me. It's basically like they trimming the fat. It's like they got that steak and they taking that fat off and they're like, that's the part you need right there. And it's good. I would honestly, if I had the option, 4 years, 20,000, or 2 years, 20,000, I'm gonna take the 2 years because you cut my time off. I'm not caring that you save me money if you spread it out. You cut my time off. Let me take that 2 year option. School needs to start turning into a bargaining to where what works best. Because I guarantee if you do that, you go cut down on the number of people that went that didn't graduate.
True.
Because right now, I'm sorry, family, I'm about to be 100. Nelson went, didn't finish. Chris went, didn't finish. Kenny went, didn't finish. Tracy went, didn't finish. Trevor went, didn't finish. Brent went, didn't finish. Chauncey went, didn't finish. Kevin went, he finished. Brandy went, didn't finish. I done named 9 motherfuckers, only one person finished.
Damn, that's kind of deep, but it's sad and it's true. I mean, the overall depth that you rack up, it doesn't seem to be worth it. And what you get out of it in the end, even if you get all the way through, who's to say that you wouldn't end up in the same place with or
Yeah.
without that piece of paper?
I mean, right now, I got a political science degree. I worked for the city of Kansas City for like 90 days to 6 months before I got laid off with everybody else. And I haven't worked another city job since. And then fast track, what, 10, 18 years later or whatever, I get a job with the government and Social Security. But I really have yet to use my degree. If I want to use my degree, I gotta go like DC or something. Who's trying to live in DC? Not me. Especially not trying to have no family in DC. At the time I had the wife, so I wouldn't have a wife and kid in DC. That's the last place I want to be, all that crime and stuff like that. Or what, go to Jeff City? I'd be in St. Louis probably every weekend. I don't give a fuck about St. Louis. I ain't trying to be like that. So it's just, you don't get educated like you should to know better. Had I known better, my degree would have been something completely to the left of what it was. So I could have finessed it better and did more with it. Right now, it's literally a piece of paper and a leather binder somewhere in this house. I think it's downstairs or something. At some point, I'm going to put it on display. But at the same time, it's like, why? What have I really done with it? Just to say I went? And, I'm good on that. So it just, to me, college is the allure of it. Once you go through it, you see it's not all that you think it's cracked up to be once you start learning. And I ran behind that shit for 10 years to finally graduate, between being suspended, taking time out, going part-time. Like, you take all that time out and condense it, it took me like 7. I took one more year than the average. But overall, it took me 10 years. And I really wish I just would have, out the gate, when I got accepted into college right before a semester of my senior year, I should have been like, hey, I'm going to Grambling. Shouldn't have did that. I should have went somewhere else. That's the first mistake I made. And I kept making mistakes because I didn't feel empowered to do what I felt was best. I felt empowered to do what my mom and my aunts and them told me, when I should have realized, y'all don't know more than I know. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the problem. We don't let our kids come to the table unless it's for scholarship if you're playing a sport. But if you just going, all your parents taking the trips with you and everything, and they telling you what they think, and you letting that weigh heavy on you versus you saying what you think, because your mindset is, oh, well, this person gonna take care of me, so I gotta let them guide me. At some point, we gotta pull them up and say, hey, the shackle or whatever's broke, we 50-50 in this, or 75-25, because you doing the work. When I got to Mo West, when I finally told my mom, she was like, well, what's your grades looking like? And I was like, what does it matter? Well, I need to know your grades. And I bullshit you not. I said, why does that matter to you? You're not in this class doing all this. I barely use your taxes to get a loan. So this is my job, my responsibility, not yours. And left it at that. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one in that sociology class. I'm in that one history to 1865 class. Not Frida or Leroy, me. And parents need to have that understanding with their kids to where the success rate will be better. Because a lot of kids flame out because they feel they ain't doing it good enough. Because they make you like you just big adult, but then when midterms come, they sending that shit home, and your parents acting like they involved all of a sudden. Colleges force you to flame out. Some dumb shit we do flame us out too, but at the same time, we need to be more educated.
Well, I think that's part of the system of college. I think that you're right. They do force you to flame out. And the reason why I think that, I call it the Vegas mentality or the casino mentality. You know, everybody don't win at a casino because it's a business. And at the end of the day, public education, elementary school, middle school, high school, that's public education. College is not. It is higher learning institution, whether it be 2-year college or 4-year university. Their job is to make money. See the sports column, but I'll get to that another time.
Mm-hmm.
And they will make money any way they can. So yeah, I firmly believe that not everybody is meant to get into college, and then the ones that do get in, they don't intend for everybody to finish because it would upset the economic balance if they did.
Yeah, because for me, I ain't gonna lie. I BS on my ACT, got a 14, like I know I need to retake it. But then Grambling accepted me. But I wasn't, this one, of course, the internet wasn't prevalent or whatever. So I could do my due diligence to learn that they was open admission. You could have scored a 5 and got in. Well, I'm thinking, oh, I got in the Grambling, I'm going. Then what happens? Your mama's proud because you the first child of hers to go to college. So they go push it, but no one felt to be, let's make sure this is a fit. It was just, oh, you got in, you're going. And that's another detriment. We don't take time, okay, you got in, pump your brakes, let's see what else is going on. I ain't looking for no scholarships. I ain't looking for all I knew was, all I got to tell us, oh, you can get in on loans. Loans will take care of you. That was a big ass mistake.
Well, hopefully things change for the up and comers, the young folks like our sons and daughters. Let's get to a couple of things in sports. Before I get deep into sports, I do want to recognize that we had 2 passings. Fred Arbanis, a lot of y'all Chiefs fans, I won't even say should know because I'm pretty sure most Chiefs fans who've been around the team less than 10 years, they have no idea who Fred Arbanis is. They're mostly bandwagon fans, but hardcore Chiefs fans who know their tight end history beyond Tony Gonzalez, they know who Fred Arbanis is. They named Longview Golf Course after him. He passed away a couple days ago, and semi-related to the NBA, Antron Pippen, Scottie Pippen's son, passed away. And he was only 33 years old. There was no cause of death for his passing, but he did suffer from chronic asthma, so that may have played into it.
How old is Scotty to have a 33-year-old? God damn.
Well, remember, Scotty's got to be 50 now, or over 50. So
he had a 33-year-old.
Antron was his first wife's son. So Antron was his oldest. And the sad thing about it is, what number did Scotty rock?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's right, ironic.
So that will no longer bring fond memories to him. And it's really sad because you never want your kids to go before you. You should never have to outlive your kids. And I feel for him. My heart goes out to him, his family, the Arbanis family as well. We crack, on each other because I'm a Raider fan, you're a Chiefs fan. But when it comes to death,
yeah,
I don't play with that. And, my condolences to both families on that.
Well, one more to add to it, because I've spun his record many a times at a party. We lost Black Rob this week.
That's right. That's right.
And, he was bad off. I hope at some point the hip hop genre gets it together to where everybody keeps talking about how they need a union. A union would have saved his life because he could have got the medical treatment he needed, and he probably would still be here because he looked bad before he passed.
Was he homeless also before he passed?
Before he was. And see, what I hate is that everybody trying to say Diddy. That's not Diddy's job. that Diddy was taking care of him. He wasn't one of the ones that he didn't get paid, to my knowledge, and he still went to jail on his own. Puff had nothing to do with that. You go to jail, you can't tour. You can't tour, you can't make money. Everybody tell you make your money on the tour versus off your album sales, unless your album's through the roof. So he probably made good money off Whoa, but album itself, you make money off that when you tour. Well, if you locked up, you can't tour. But this is where that union would come in to where he could have got the medical treatment he needed sooner. He wouldn't be unfortunately where he is now, to where you assume he go get buried, get cremated, or city go do something with his body. So like you feel bad for him, and you just hope at some point all this stops. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But until they form something, it's gonna keep being what it is. And all you can do is just sit back and watch and just pray for the family. Is all you really can do.
Yes, sir. Now, on another bittersweet note, Hall of Famer Alex Smith announced his retirement yesterday. And
Man, I hate that he retired.
I think you and I both had a tremendous amount of respect for Smith. How does that man end up playing in red and gold with the number 11 everywhere he went? One shade or another.
And if you think about it, in college he played for Utah, and their colors are red and white, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So he's either he a super duper blood, or it just happened like that. But I hate that he retired. I think he should have came back for one more year. But Washington treated him like wet toilet paper when it's all said and done. What about how he played? They wouldn't have made the playoffs. But they won't say that.
Actually, who's the head coach? Ron Rivera. He did come out and say that he had a tremendous amount of respect for him. He just couldn't handle seeing him on the field because he was scared to death that he was going to take another hit and snap that leg again.
That's some punk shit. If that man's willing to play, you let that man play. That's some whole shit on Rivera's part.
Here's my thought on it. Don't they usually say the NFL's a gladiator sport?
Thank you.
Yeah, so if you're willing to get out there and die on the field, you sign me to a contract for a fat meal. I let a linebacker run over me all he wants to. Make sure my wife gets the check because I might not get up. But, hey, I'm willing to do it.
He's so respected, he's not going to get taken out like that. Them players will go pull up. They go do whatever necessary, make sure they don't take him out like that. Because we the one who did it, they probably were still playing with guilt until Alex tell them it was a good hit, no reason to feel guilty.
True.
So it's just one of those things where Ron Rivera, you was on some whole shit for that. That was just call it what it was. Budget cut, we cut him. We didn't think he was worth bringing back, even though he saved our ass in our season. Because the money you cut him for, you turned around and gave it to Fitzmagic. Not saying that Fitzmagic didn't deserve it because he did. He should have never left Miami. But that was just...
That was a raw deal on Miami's part because I don't believe Tua is ready.
They deserve to do that. They deserve to falter anyway because that boy ain't ready. They ain't did shit to get a decent backup to guide him. So Miami's going to go straight to purgatory hell, and they deserve it because they should still be giving the isotonic gloves with Dan Marino. Seem like Dan Marino's not involved with the organization. Sickens me. Him, Duper, and Clayton. They should have a fucking statue out in front of that stadium because they built that damn stadium.
All right, now, in keeping with Alex Smith, when he retired, he's 36 now, and you and I had talked about should he be in the Hall of Fame, and I'm like, nah, he didn't have the numbers. He didn't have the numbers. But for shits and giggles, I'll pull up the numbers for the show. I pulled up the numbers for the show. I'm about to change my thinking on that.
You see when you said I'm pulling up his numbers, did I say anything after that? Because I'm already knowing he's a Hall of Fame. He's probably third ballot. He's not first. I give him third.
Here's the thing. Here's how I compared him. I wanted to compare it to a couple players that are still playing. My guy, your guy. But I also threw a Hall of Famer in the mix that's on his level. Or at least I thought was on his level. So obviously Derek Carr's in there. Mahomes is in there. I put Troy Aikman in there too. Troy Aikman, the Hall of Famer for the Dallas Cowgirls. Here's what I found. Aikman's numbers. He played from 89 to 2000 in 165 games. Alex Smith played in 174 more games. Aikman's completion percentage, 61.5. Alex Smith, 62.6. Aikman threw for 32,942 yards. Alex Smith threw for 35,650 yards. Troy Aikman, 165 TDs. Alex Smith, 199. Troy Aikman's passer rating, 81.6. Alex Smith, 86.9. There's one more. Troy Aikman threw 141 picks. Alex Smith only threw 109.
Yeah, Troy in the beginning was an interception throwing machine.
Boy, my logic is, damn, this brother should get in.
See, and here's the caveat to that. Think about all the time Alex missed with the leg injury. That's about a season, basically. Then think about the time he missed in Kansas City being hurt, and San Francisco when he got benched for Kaepernick.
He also lost the 2008 season to a shoulder injury. He also lost the 2008 season to a shoulder injury.
Is that here or in San Francisco?
That was in San Francisco.
Okay, so shoulder injury. I thought that was when Cap took over or whatever. Or was that pre-Cap?
It might have been when Cap took over, but he lost that whole season.
Okay, so let's say roughly a season and a half, 2 seasons in San Francisco. He probably lost maybe a season worth in KC, and then he lost a season in DC. You got roughly 3 to 4 seasons. Imagine how much more his numbers would be. Because Alex was always good for about 3,500 yards.
Yes.
That's another 14,000 yards right there.
I agree.
He would crush Aikman.
Well, he's already beaten him in every statistical category.
I'm just saying, though, when you see how Aikman's numbers, you throw in another 3 to 4 seasons, easily another 10,000 yards, probably another, I say 40 to 60 touchdowns, because he about 20 touchdowns a season. He would be definitely Hall of Famer if we'd had that. That'd probably be first ballot.
So let me ask you something, because I'm about to put you in the trap door.
I know you about to bring up Carr. Go ahead.
If we go by these numbers,
do
you think Carr's a Hall of Famer then?
If Carr numbers are better than Aikman's, yes.
All right. From now on, you put some respect on that name. Carr has better numbers than Aikman.
You think I didn't know that you was going at that angle? I've been doing this with you too long. You black bearded bastard, I know what you're trying to do.
And props to Mahomes too, because if Mahomes keeps on his pace, he will definitely be in the Hall as well, because he's blowing everybody out the water, and he's only been in the league since 2017.
He's only been a starter, 3 years?
Yes, sir.
His number's already better than Jim Kelly's.
Damn, really? Man, leave Jim out of this, man. Jim went to the Super Bowl 4 times.
Yeah, Jim probably forgot about what he did. Oh, damn! I'm sorry, Lord. I'm sorry, Jim. Alex
Smith. Hopefully, we'll hear his name in 5 years as a Hall of Fame candidate.
Because he's eligible, in 3 or 4 years?
It is 3 years, or is it 5 years?
I forget how long out you got to be.
I think it is 5 years, because think about it. Woodson just got in this year, and it's been 5 years since he played.
Are you sure?
Man, let me look that up real quick, because
I thought it was like maybe 4 years if you out or whatever. I couldn't remember.
It is 5 years.
Oh, okay. So he'll be considered the 2022. 2021 retirement.
Yeah, so 2026 he's eligible.
So I think by 2028, 2029 he'll get in.
All right, let's hope so. It's not usually that I'm going to be rooting for a Chief, but he'll probably get in as a Niner.
Now he was going as a chief.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You
Yeah,
know
he had
he,
his best days in Kansas City.
and
You
he
know, like
got a
Marcus
ring too.
Paul.
He got an honorary Super Bowl ring from that team. So you know,
Yeah, he'll be in our Ring of Honor probably next season without a doubt.
I wouldn't be surprised if between now and the beginning of training camp, if he signs a one-day contract with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Just so.
I like his little retirement speech, how he put at the end that he about to enjoy his walk with his wife and family. Motherfucker, please. One of these networks about to call your ass and send that truckload of money because he has to look for TV and he's going to get signed.
Oh, yeah. They're going to be like, Alex, if you through walking, we got a seat in the booth for you.
Actually, I don't want him. I want him in the studio. I don't want him. I want him. Get rid of Phil Simms' old ass or one of them other old ass motherfuckers on CBS. Put him in the booth to talk about being a quarterback.
It is possible.
And somebody get rid of Jim Brown's ass
You mean James Brown?
James Brown.
Yeah, don't get rid of Jim Brown.
Uncle.
Jim Brown's a national treasure.
Them niggas' hairlines is bothering me. You clearly can tell that shit's a toupee.
Okay. Real quick, there are a couple NBA things. Nike is considering postponing games after the Chauvin trial. Do you think that's the right thing to do?
No. If you didn't do it because of the trial starting, don't do it now. Just keep it going.
But I'm thinking if the verdict doesn't go the public's way,
if the verdict goes the public's way, then you just revert Minnesota's game somewhere else, but you keep playing. If you didn't do it to start the trial, don't do it at the end of the trial.
Well, I'm gonna go the other way, and I think, you know, the NBA has made good decisions the last couple of years when it comes to social injustice issues and canceling games or postponing games. I don't see any reason now why this would be any different. If they just take one, maybe 2 nights off, I see that as nothing but a good thing for the NBA. And it's not like missing 1 or 2 games is gonna mess everything up. It's not like an NFL season where you've got this game on this week and then you immediately got to prepare for next week. In the NBA, you can win or lose a game one night. That morning, you got to get ready to get on the plane and go to the next city. So it's all good. And I think the players would appreciate an extra day off. You know how that is. Anytime you're a professional athlete, if you can get 1 or 2 extra days off in the middle of a season, you're going to take it. All right. Also in the NBA, well, NBA related, the deal that Nike has with Kobe Bryant, or in this case, Kobe Bryant's estate, has expired. And I'm hearing a couple different reports because I'm pretty sure Nike is not going to want to lose the account. They've reached out to Vanessa Bryant and the Kobe Bryant estate, but there is no word on whether or not the Bryant estate is even going to come to the table with anything, or if they're going to shop around to see if some other company is interested in the contract. I think that's a stupid thing to do. I think you stay with Nike for 2 reasons. One, Kobe ain't walking back through that door. Whatever money Nike's willing to give you, Vanessa, take the money. Don't be greedy, because Nike has done more to treat you right after this incident than anybody else. Take whatever they give you. You know it's going to be a pretty penny. You know right now you don't have to work another day in your life right now. So anything they give you is icing on the cake. Don't be greedy. And 2, God forbid you shop the contract around to somebody else. Can you imagine next year Reebok making a Kobe Bryant shoe? Would that be right? For real? I mean, I can see maybe Adidas, because that's the company that he started with. But when it comes to Kobe, you associate him with Nike because that's who he was with the longest. That's where you got to go. Your thoughts on that?
Okay. So first, Adidas is already trying to pull Kobe. I saw this past week, because I watched Inside the NBA on Tuesday and Thursday on TNT, and Candace Parker signed with the Chicago team. She's no longer in LA. So when she went to do the photo shoot or whatever, I never realized that she wasn't on Nike squad. She's with Adidas. So magically, the shoes that she had on was the Kobe's. They made a little change here and there, but you clearly could tell those were Kobe shoes when he was with Adidas. So Adidas is already trying to wave their flag to get attention. Here's my take on it. Some gonna say I'm hating, some gonna say I'm this, that, and the third. I don't give two fucks. Vanessa, if you shop around Kobe and you get a deal elsewhere, you're killing your respect my husband, let him die in peace talk that you've been given since that whole Meek Mill shit. Because if you respect your husband, you're not even gonna do it. You're not even gonna worry about going elsewhere. You're just gonna say, Nike, let's work something out that's fair for both sides, and then be done. You go elsewhere, you making it about the money, not about your husband's legacy. Am I right or wrong, Mr. Kearney?
Absolutely, 100% right.
So that's all I gotta say. You leave my Nike, you all about them greenbacks. You stay at Nike, you want to make sure his legacy stays intact. And I'm actually surprised that Nike didn't put a full court press on her to get it done before the contract expired. I'd have been on her like a year left in the contract, like, hey.
But here's the thing: who's to say they haven't behind the scenes?
Good point. You're right about that. You're right.
Remember, she's the same person that's kind of in a court dispute with her mom.
Well, her mom been freeloading, so.
Yeah, but stories usually come out later. I mean, I was on her side when that original story broke, but I just see the air of greed in there somewhere. Hope it's not, but you never know.
Daughter was a model. She probably have been mid-level. She got with a ball player. She stopped modeling magically. She made it. So mom's was in poverty. You done married this millionaire. Mom's ain't in poverty no more. She don't want to go back to what she don't know. She wants to keep living that life of luxury. The cash cow kept her good. Now the cash cow is gone. It's like, when a new ownership, you got to ride out.
All right. Real quick, I just want to let everybody know that hasn't been keeping up with stuff on social, and I haven't really posted anything on social media this week. For everybody listening to the podcast, keep doing what you do. We appreciate you. For people that are watching on YouTube, you might have had trouble finding us. You had to look us up under the Two Dudes Podcast. That is because our home has changed. We're still under RJK Productions, but we got our own channel, the Two Dudes Podcast. That way it makes it easier for you to find us, and you can see all the previous episodes and snippets, and make sure that you like, share, and most importantly, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, because the future is bright. We got plenty more coming. As a matter of fact, we've hit our 1 year anniversary. Actually, we hit it last week, and we are starting the second year off, and hopefully it's the second of many, and hopefully we got a lot of good stuff for everybody. Also, if you want to drop us a line, you got a question, comment, or want to hear something, our opinion, make sure you email us at the Two Dudes Podcast at yahoo.com. So Kev, before we check out, what other goodies you got for us today?
Okay, so now I got one for you.
Okay.
I know I'm surprised you didn't send it to me, but I came across it. You've been well invested into the Dr. Dre divorce.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Dr. Dre took a loss in court recently because due to business deals and knowing the couple, the judge has kicked his lawyers out. He has to get a new set of lawyers. because they're too close to the matter. Is basically confidentiality is up in the air on that one. So the judge demanded that Dr. Dre get new lawyers. So his basically award-winning team of lawyers have gotten thrown out. And the reason why she's fighting the prenup didn't give her half. They said his estimated worth right now is 800 million. She don't want to miss out on her 400 mil.
Mm.
But my thing is, if what he says is true, how she spend money and everything, how long that 400 million gonna last?
400 million should last 400 lifetimes.
Should, but will it? So here's my question to you. This made me think about Eddie Murphy and his ex-wife. So say you was married prior or whatever. Well, I'm gonna guess you actually was. Say we're in an alternate universe, you're married to some chick or whatever. Y'all divorced, you're worth millions. You settle to where she get like 35 mil, drop in the bucket. Now, like Eddie's ex-wife, she decided that I want to show him this, that, and the third, and do all these different business ventures. Some pay off, but some that don't pretty much make her bankrupt. And so the ex-wife comes to you be like, I got scammed, this, that, and the third. They took the money I got from you. Do you give her money again? Or do you tell her that's on her and keep walking?
Keep walking.
Damn, you cold. So it wasn't her fault or nothing. You just, that's on you. And you had 35 mil, you blew it. That's you out.
Here's my thing, and this is from somebody who's made 30,000 a year before. If you can survive off of 30,000 a year, how can you not survive off of 35 million? You straight have to blow it. And if you're going to blow 35 million, why should you get 35 more? Why should you even get one more?
That's I'm not. We ain't gonna give her full 35 more, but that's the point I'm making. If it was a business deal gone bad, like how Tim Duncan lost almost 100 mil with his advisor, some shit like that or whatever, do you falter for it?
You know what? I don't falter for it, but I guess I would have to say that it's going to be on a case by case situation.
Yeah.
So you're right. So you're right. I'm going to have to say, okay, in this particular case, I can kick you down with X amount here. Don't make any crazy deals. Don't make any bad decisions, because there won't be any more.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick her down and be like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you 2 mil. I'm gonna put 5 mil here, and the interest off that 5 mil goes to me toward the payback. I'm gonna get sold out this bitch.
See, there you go.
I'm a horrible ass person. I'm a horrible whole ass person. Or like I told you yesterday, my ass is lazy, so I don't. I was like, thumbs up for that one.
I can't say you're wrong, but no.
I'm trying to think. It was somebody asked me this. Oh no, I put it on Facebook and you didn't answer.
I have not been on social media in a minute.
That's good. I'm about to detox myself. If your life's on the line, say you had a open mic night. Somebody come to you, tell you your life's on the line, unless you can pick the right person to freestyle. So I want to put this gun away from your head. Who you picking to freestyle for you?
Damn. Well, my first pick is already dead, so that can't happen. Huh?
Oh, Tupac?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, as far as, I think, what didn't say dead or as far as living rappers, who would you pick?
Who was my choices? Because I didn't see the
whoever. It's just whoever. So basically, you somewhere, person comes to you, boom, gun to your head, but they like you got a chance to live if you pick the right person to freestyle for you. So I just want to get the gun up.
See, that's a tough one for me because a lot of the cats that I really enjoy, I don't know how good they are at on the spot freestyling. It's
Good
one
point.
thing to have a pen and a pad, but it's
Yeah.
something entirely different to just come up with something on the spot. Now, I knew Pac could come up with something on the spot.
Yeah.
Um, you know, a lot of these older rappers, I'm not sure. Excuse me, I take that back. A lot of the older rappers would be who I would pick as opposed to a younger rapper because they've been around the block several times and they know the game and they've been around long enough that they probably would have the best chance at throwing a freestyle out. Man, you know what? Based on me, my life, somebody freestyling for me, right
Mhm.
off the top of my head, I would go with KRS-One
That's a good
because his
pick.
delivery and the way he rhymes, that would probably fit me.
Okay, that's a good pick. I mean, it was a wide range of picks on there. Some people went, they call it cheat code and said Jay Z. Some
See,
said,
I didn't want to go with the standard answer.
yeah. I went with Remy Ma's husband, Papoose, because he's a legend in New York, but he never made it mainstream. But this dude's been on many shows freestyling to where I'm talking. This is one video where he did the guy, I think his name is Tim Wolf, overseas talk show. He said, "Man, just give me a letter." He's like, W. He wrote down the letter, then he freestyled a word off of that. He's like, "What you got next?" And he literally just writing stuff down and freestyling off of it. Went through the whole fucking alphabet. Didn't wasn't winded, didn't just I was like, this dude's a monster. Yeah, so but I get it. That's I went with him. The one guy had me laughing because he said Blind Fury. Y'all remember him from the 106 and Park days, the blind guy that could freestyle his ass off.
I do not remember him.
That he was a beast. Blind dude white dude could rap and sing. His freestyle game was ridiculous. My friend was so stupid. He said, "I'm gonna go with Blind Fury because he ain't gonna write nothing down." No one caught that joke at first. That's what they thought about Blind Fury, and they was like, "He ain't gonna write it down." Oh shit, he Braille. You ain't about to write it down. Then I put, yeah, you go Blind Fury because he ain't gonna be able to see what's coming.
Damn.
No, but I was disappointed everybody yesterday when I announced that Black Rob had died. No one caught the subtlety of my joke because I put, "Whoa, damn, we lost Black Rob."
See,
Oh, I laughed so hard.
you know you ain't right for that.
Until somebody calls like, "You are fucking ignorant." I said, "Hey, I mean, we had to give him a tribute." But
But
shit, that's
damn
all
funny
I
though.
got. Have you watched the Winter Soldier shit yet?
I've watched every episode. I'm waiting on the final episode on Friday.
Is it 5 or 6? I couldn't remember.
There's six total. We've had five
Okay.
down, one to go.
All right. And Mortal Kombat's this week, right?
I couldn't even. I know little to nothing about Mortal Kombat.
No, okay, it's the 23rd. It's this Friday. I just looked at my laptop, so today's the 20th. So that comes out this Friday. Did you watch the King Kong?
No. I'll wait on that to come out on Netflix or DVD Blu-ray.
And wondering how they go do that, considering that's on HBO Max or whatever. How does that even go?
It'll be the same way they do the Snyder cut. What'll happen is I believe there's a 45-day window and then it can be released on Blu-ray and DVD.
Okay.
Yeah, because they said the Justice League movie comes out in May on Blu-ray. I think it's the end of
Oh,
May.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, I'm glad I didn't spend, whatever the cost is for HBO Max just to watch one thing when I'm like, for the same amount for a 1 month payment for them, I'll just get it on DVD or Blu-ray
Yeah. All
and
you
be
do is
done with
holler at
it.
me. I got it. My cell phone bill ain't going nowhere. So just holler at me. I got you.
I might do that because that might determine whether or not I want to drop the money to own it. I mean, I own the original one, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people don't like it. It wasn't bad, but you can clearly tell where they
I
made the
couldn't.
cuts, and you can tell where the other director stepped in for stuff because
I couldn't pull myself to rewatch that movie in 4 hours. I was like, I'll break it up into 2 hours. I watched 10 minutes of it. I was like, man, fuck this. I'm not invested. I couldn't do it.
I could do it if it's like a weekend when I know I ain't got nothing to do. I'll watch a couple hours, go eat lunch, then watch a couple hours or whatever, you know. But you're right. I can't invest 4 hours for one movie.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I think that's all I got today. I think we can wrap it up.
All right, I want to go
Uh,
out with this real quick. My commentary is called "Be About Yours," and don't depend on others. That's not what life is about. There's several categories of people, and you can fall into one, if not more. There are too many people that want. Doesn't matter what it is, they just want. They want this, they want that, the other. Not enough of those people will get. What that means is um, people people want something, but the people that don't get it, um, they're not the people that go out to try to get it. So that lessens the number of people. Even fewer of those people have the fortitude to even try. And even only a fraction of those people will ever even achieve. And when you break all that down, um, so a lot of people just sit on their asses. They sit on the sidelines and they have the woe is me attitude, or whatever will be, or nothing ever goes my way, whether they feel sorry for themselves or they just think, it is what it is, all that bullshit. You got to step across that line and become a doer. The doers, they plan meticulously, step by step. They don't wait for things to happen. They get out and they make things happen. And certainly, they don't wait for other people to do things for them. They don't wait for luck, or they don't wait for things to fall into place. So, whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you desire, make sure that you work for it, work hard. I'd rather be around 100 people that all work hard and failed than to be around 100 people, one success, and 99 didn't try, because that's putting yourself in a bad spot. If you're not surrounded by like-minded people, you will never get anywhere. And by the way, if you are around one person out of 100 that has succeeded, that person got lucky or fell into success. They didn't try, because those kind of people will not be around the 99 that didn't try. I guarantee it. So be about yours. That's all I got, Kev. Take us home.
that was a nice close editorial. I know we was doing something like that. I'm got to be more prepared next week. So, I see how Richard be trying to upstage me and everything. Y'all,
Yeah,
sometimes
you and your cocaine white Ford Bronco.
I was like that. I was tasting it. Before I go, I want to give a shout out to one of my homies, my homie Janae. She made this nice little tumbler for me. You see right there. Already got the best. Don't look down, damn it. You see the best thing known to man. Then on the other side, you got the Royals.
Well, she
And
got half of it right.
I tell her I wanted the tumbler with all my favorite teams on it. Then you see I got to have the Knicks on there. So nice little tumbler. If y'all need one, it's not bad. I've had it for a couple days now. Go to the website P31 Designs on Facebook. They got them there for a good price. I got 3 of them made. One she did for my daughters that all these soccer balls and shit like that, in respect to them, and she wanted to do the 2K one for me or whatever.
Can she do any design?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm gonna have, you know how they have Calvin and Hobbes. I'm gonna have Calvin pissing on the Chiefs logo.
Hey, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. You know, and you might see "Kiss My Ass" engraved up under it, but just know that's my special touch to you. But no, she does do it, and because the first one she did it just cause, and it got shipped to me, and like I told her, even though I and what Gramps attorney still not working about starting next week, yeah, I thought I had to support her, but she didn't have to do that, and she did it, and I was like, no, I need to show love, so I went in and did that. But in the end, everybody have a good week. We'll see y'all again next week. This is another good one. We'll do better next week, make it that much more better. Trying to think. Everybody be easy. Just be safe. There's so much going on right now. I just want to say, everybody just be safe. Keep your loved ones close. Let them know how you feel, and live your life. Don't let your life live you, and don't let everything that's going on around you affect your world. People are dying every day. Don't let death make you feel like you need to make a sudden change if you got a good life. On that note, we out. Holla at us.
All right, y'all. We'll see you again.